Hey there, survivors. Cougar here, back with more SURROUNDEAD gameplay. We are picking up right where we left off at the end of the last episode. We were outside the friendly settlement, and I had one more thing I wanted to sell. Actually, I don't think she buys weapons, does she? No. Okay, hold on. You will buy this spare 9 mil, won't you? Yes. And he has a military suppressor, but 525 bucks he wants for that when we already know that we can get it for much less if we can find the wandering trader. And I think that's him there. Yep. All right, what you got there, wandering trader? You've got a. You do not have a suppressor for me. That's a shotgun suppressor, but he does not have a suppressor to sell me. Shoot. And I don't think we're going to waste 525 bucks on one from the other guy because we only have about $900. So that would be a large expenditure. Plus, we've already got one our um, for our hunting rifle, which is fine. So that's good. So what I wanted to do, I think it's evening now. Oh, by the way, double tap J, you can bring up the clock. Yeah, it's evening, so the sun's going to be setting soon. I thought we'd go back to base, clean up the inventory a little bit, start putting stuff in the storages that we created. No, oh, I didn't mean to do that, but I will eat you as long as I accidentally killed you. I will put you to good use by taking the meat off of you and cooking it up. In fact, the place to cook that up is going to be back at the settlers village. So let's just zip back there. Yeah, I don't think you can cook your own. You can create a cooking station. They have a cooking station here at the village, but as far as I can tell, that is not something that you can create for yourself. You cannot build one back at your base. So we're going to have to be using these guys for a while. And that was what, 4 or 5 pieces of meat we just got? Just 3 it was? All right, but we're pretty hungry, so we might as well eat those up. There we go. Only needed 2 of them to fill up. That venison is pretty filling. And yeah, the wandering trader would not have new gear on him this quickly. Let's get our headlights on. So yeah, I thought we'd head back to our new base, do some inventory stuff, sleep the night, and then tomorrow. Now we've been making slow but steady progress on gearing up. We have been finding a lot of good stuff. Yesterday we found a GPS and a flashlight and some other things that we really needed. But I thought a way to jumpstart our gear acquisition might be to try to take down an infestation. And we might be in a position to actually do that now, in terms of the gear that we have and our skills and stats. Oops, didn't mean to do that. So maybe tomorrow we try to take down an infestation. All right, I'm just gonna do a little bit of inventory juggling here, getting some stuff out of the truck and into storage in the building. We'll keep the fuel and the vehicle repair kit here. We'll keep the weapon cleaning kit here. No, I think that can be stored in the spot in the inside. So this should only take a second. We'll just do this without editing it out. So we can leave the crowbar here. We can leave the 40 millimeter grenades here. We can leave all these magazines for weapons that we do not own here. We can leave the weapon cleaning kit here. And that looks pretty good. I think that's everything. And now we can go to our weapon crafting table, and we have a bunch of alcohol and a bunch of cloth. So I think we're going to make a bunch of Molotovs. These are the only throwables we have right now, but they do come in handy. I'm just going to make 8 for now. because we're already holding 2 Molotovs, so, and we can only hold 10 total, so there's no point in really making everything. And then just store all of the leftovers here in this shop counter that we have marked as a storage container. Okay, I said that we were going to sleep, but what I have to do is remember our loot respawn settings got messed up. So this whole building, the loot has respawned. So I'm just going to go through and grab everything out of it. If we find anything fantastic, I'll cut back in. Otherwise, I'm just going to edit this out since you've already seen me do this once. Hey, a giant duffel bag. That's a good find. In fact, that is the best bag that we've found so far. So I'm going to drop the one that's holding all of our equipment, use this one instead, and then pick up the one that's holding all the rest of our equipment. Cool. Super. So now we've got a large duffel bag as our primary inventory container. We are finished re-looting this building. We found a lot of food, canned food to eat. I guess we're not completely finished. And a couple of sleeping bags. We now have 2 spare sleeping bags and a tent. So the only really interesting stuff that we found were things that can go here in the base. One of them being a clothing cupboard. I'm not going to, be gathering up clothing. That's, you find good clothing, you put it on, and that's that. But, oops. But yeah, it's something for our base, make it look a little more homey, I guess. And a tent, which I could just put down a sleeping bag, but why don't we, since I just found a tent, why don't we put a tent here in our base and then use this as, oh, I cannot mark this as a spawn point. Oh, forget it then. Okay, forget that. Oh, wait. No, that's not. Okay, so I'm just going to, well, I won't even sell this tent. It's not worth the money and carrying it around. I'm just going to drop it here and let it despawn. But we will put down one of these extra sleeping bags that we found and set this as our spawn point, maybe over here. Set spawn point. Good. So if we die, we'll spawn back here. Or we can choose to spawn back here if we want to. The only other stuff that we found that was interesting was a sawn-off shotgun, which we're not going to use, but we'll sell. We'll hang on to it to sell. A Winchester 45, which we're not going to use, but we'll hang on to it to sell. A machete, which I've never tried, and our fire axe is getting a little beat up. So we might try to use the machete a little bit, just to see what that's like. We also found some gas. And the alcohol, which I will put in here. And yeah, speaking of fire axe, that was something else I kind of wanted to do tonight before, if we're going to go take on an infestation tomorrow, is get a new fire axe, because ours is down to another sleeping bag and some cigarettes, which stack pretty high, so it is actually, I think, worth hanging on to cigarettes. All the rest of this stuff, I think, can go in the back of the truck for sale. So that's going to be sold. That's going to be sold. Oh, I found another GPS. I think I mentioned that this apartment building is pretty much a guaranteed spawn point for a GPS. If you're looking for one, you can almost always find one here. Everything else we will just stash here to hang on to until it's time to do some selling. But for now, I want to go back to a firehouse and try to find... Oh, the firehouse is way the heck back here. I mean, there's one firehouse way back here. There's probably another one around here somewhere, but I don't know. So I guess we'll just go to the one that's kind of far away, which is going to be a bit challenging at night because I can't see where the roads are through here. There is a dirt road back in here somewhere. There it is. Those are friendly survivors. Am I going the right way? Yes. Yeah, I mean, this isn't really the best use of our time or fuel, but I do believe that the fire axe is the best melee weapon. Oh, those are friendlies, I think. Yeah, a friendly's fighting a bear. I say that the fire axe is the best melee weapon, never having tried the machete. So it is possible that the machete's a pretty good weapon too, but I don't know that for sure. Firehouse is right down here. Yeah, and it's been a while since we've been here, so we're probably gonna have to clear some zombies. And this loot has all probably respawned in here. Yeah, looks like it has. Whoop. Oh, should we try the machete? Hang on. I'll switch to the machete as soon as that guy's dead. Yeah, I don't know. I like the reach of the fireman's axe, and just looking at it here, I mean, it's what, it's 5 blocks long versus the machete, which is only 3 blocks long. I don't think this is going to have the reach of the fire axe. But it does drop them pretty quickly, and it swings much faster. So maybe that's a thing that we should hang on to and use. Another hunting rifle to sell. A crowbar's not worth hanging on to. Scrap metal, always valuable. Some wooden window barricades that I don't think are valuable to us right now. Maybe some clipboards to sell. I really should be selling a lot of stuff these days because we hardly have any money at all. Maybe not post-it notes. Padded jeans have 8 slots. We have 12 slots on ours. Yeah, and I'm not going to be picking up cloth anymore. I'm not going to be ripping up that clothing anymore. We've got plenty of cloth and plenty of other things. Another GPS, but that's valuable. You know, that's 30 bucks right there. So I'll hang on to that. Wire cutters are 30 bucks. We'll hang on to those. A fishing book that will go in my book bag, and some 45 ammo, and another fire axe, what we came for. But somebody's sneaking up behind us. I hear you back there. Now I got to do this all over again. I was trying to wait until it got to the very end, but that guy jumped us. Yeah, because that is a slow loot. We need something large to put this in. Yikes. Are we not going to have room for this? There we go. Well, we're putting it very far away. Why don't we put the hunting rifle in there and this up front so that we can grab it in a hurry if we need to. And the sun's coming up, so we'll just quickly complete our looting here and then see about taking on an infestation. Now, if we go to an infestation with a... Okay, so how the infestations work is you need to clear what are called secondary infestations, and there's either 1 or 2 of them as far as I've seen. I haven't seen any with 3 or more. But you clear the secondary infestations around the primary infestation, and only then can you clear the primary infestation. Oh, I kind of like the machete. It swings really quickly. That is a small generator that I don't think we're going to need, but it's worth good money. And this is, if we have room, I'm going to dump a couple things in the truck and then pick up another fire axe, because despite how wonderful this machete seems to be, I do still like the fire axe, and I'm going to pick up a second one as long as we're here, just so I have it. So let's put both our fire axes in here for now, and that hunting rifle. And that'll take up most of the room in here, in the truck. And we can put some other stuff in there for stuff that's not going to stack, like the wire cutters and the GPS, and this huge generator that I just don't think the game is far enough along for us to really require a generator. We have those camp lights that are doing a fine job of lighting up the base right now. So putting down a generator and keeping it fueled and keeping it running, I think feels like more trouble than it's really worth at this point in early access. Hello, whoops. Something good. Nope. A holographic sight. Well, we have no sight on our M4 right now, so I might as well take that. And always need more hunting rifle ammo. Yeah, so in terms of clearing the infestation, that's probably going to be a 2-day job. It's probably going to take us a while to get all the way through that. And I think it will probably be wise to rest, to sleep in between, rather than try to do it in the night at night. And it might be wise to go another GPS. It might be wise to go back and sell some stuff, because if there are 2 secondary infestations to clear, there's going to be loot to be had in each of those infestations after we clear them. And then we've got the primary infestation, and that is going to spawn a boss, and he is also going to have loot. So that's a lot of high-grade military loot to be had if we are able to fully clear an infestation. A large infestation. So we'll see how this goes. I'm going to go back to camp and drop off some of this stuff we just picked. Nah, actually, yeah, I'm going to drop off the fire axes. I want to keep those at home where I can get to them. I'm going to grab some salvage metal here, some scrap metal. Sounds like these friendly survivors are still fighting that bear. Should we see if we might steal the meat from it? They're pretty far away. It's 2 bears, at least. And they're blasting away. We might help out here and then grab some meat. Oh, it's 3 bears. Yeah, forget it. This is too messy. Yeah. This is too messy. I don't like this setup. This is too weird for me. I don't really understand what's going on here. There's a lot happening. There's our old truck. Everybody wave as we go past our old truck. Bye, buddy. You served us well. Thank you. So swing past the base, stash some stuff for... Yeah, okay. So the drawback to this being with 3 zombies right in front of us, the drawback to the machete, with 3 lockpicks, with 3 zombies standing right in front of us, we were not hitting all 3 of them. Whereas if we were using the fire axe, we would have hit all 3 of them. So, yeah, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. The machete definitely has some bonuses, that being primarily the speed of swing compared to the damage that it's doing. It does pretty respectable damage and swings a lot faster than the fire axe. But the fire axe has the reach, and it has the, you know, hitting multiple zombies in a big arc in front of you thing going for it. Let's see how much of this we can carry inside. I'm going to put the bad fire axe away, hang on to one good one in the truck, put the hunting rifle away for sale at a later date. And the Winchester we'll put away. And, well, I mean, all this stuff is in here to be sold. We've got a lot of stuff in here to be sold already, so I think I'm just going to drop off the fire axes and then keep all this stuff in here, and then we'll probably have to make a trip to sell stuff in the middle of our infestation clearing. So 1 fire axe, 2 fire axe, one of them being one that was pretty beat up, and then 1 in our accessible inventory for use during our infestation clearing activities. I can put a few more sellable things in the back of the truck here, like the GPS. Oh, the camping light we can actually put down somewhere. The clipboard can be saved. The note paper, the scrap we can put away here at base. That can be saved, that can be saved, that can be saved. Okay, 1 more second. Sorry. Running back and forth doing this stuff. But we do want all these things. And then the scrap metal can go... I was storing it somewhere, I thought. No? Well, I was storing it in my toolbox. Okay, well, let's drop a bunch of stuff here in our standard inventory. In the inventory that we've created here at base, our storage, just to make a little bit of room. Gunpowder, valuable. Everything else I think we need. The random tools, valuable. They can stay here. Rope can stay. Nails can stay. Let's go. Oh, wait. And sharp blades can stay. And now we're good to go. Now let's go find us an infestation, which I believe is right up this road to the north. Infestation. Oh, okay, there's 1 north of us and 1 south of us. I think we're going to go north. That's the one that I know has 2 secondary infestations that have to be destroyed before we tackle the primary infestation. Oh my gosh, am I even going to be able to do this? Hold on a sec. Shoot. I don't know whether we have a radiation mask, but I don't think I actually have any filters for it. Ah, damn it. So this kind of blows the infestation idea out the water, unless we wanted to go and try and sell something. But I think we should just go do some more looting and hope to get lucky finding a charcoal filter. Whoa, I'm really low on water. I gotta drink something. And eat something. So this is the place we want to go and loot, but I think that going in here without a filter in our mask is a bad idea. Let's just test that. Well, I'm in the infected zone and I'm not like taking damage or anything. Whoop, that's an acidic. Maybe we can do this. Yeah, see, I don't know if our stats are going to be up for this because our strength is not very high and our toughness is not very high. So we're going to be taking a lot of damage and not putting out much damage compared to if we came back after leveling up a little bit. Don't need a knife. Let's just check our skills, see if we have some points to spend that might help us out here. We have 4 points to spend. Critical hitter, that will help us out. Combat roll, I've never actually used that. But we've got 2 points, I guess we might as well. Deathbringer, that needs 5 points. I guess we'll do the combat roll. So, combat roll, you hit C and do a silly roll out the way. I suppose that could come in handy. It just makes me feel silly. Okay, let's loot this place first. See if we get lucky and find anything that's going to help us in our efforts to take down the infestations. I don't want to start picking a safe and have a zombie creep up on me. I kind of like the machete. I kind of do. Certainly drops them. This is a novice lock. This shouldn't be too hard. We have 9 lockpicks to play with. There we go. And 150 bucks worth of credits. Okay. Who's thumping around back there? Well, that's a hardened lock. That might be a little bit more difficult. Let's get rid of all the zombies creeping around. You. Yes, you. It was you I was hearing, wasn't it? Hey, a 9. And a splint. Okay. Our lockpicking skills are not very highly leveled up either. Hopefully we can do this without breaking too many lockpicks, even though it's a hardened lock. There we go. Big deal. A crowbar, who cares? Painkillers are nice. An aim point scope that we don't need, but we can sell. 2 level 0 key cards, big deal. And a camo face mask, which, does that go in the accessories? No. Alright, so we don't need that either. Yeah, our body armor is kind of weak. We're taking a lot of damage from these guys when they hit us. Random tools are good. Metal rods are good. .45 ammo, metal rods, and a ceiling light and a welder's mask. So the infected zombies that are going to spawn when we start trying to take out the infestations, they are much tougher than your average run-of-the-mill zombies. They hit harder, they take a lot more damage. Muzzle brake. We don't have a silencer or a suppressor for either of these weapons, so I might as well put a muzzle brake on there instead. Help us control them if we need them. I'm trying not to use my guns too much yet because, oh, that's good, an AK-74. That's probably better than the M4. M4 does 42 damage, that does 47. Rate of fire is 529 rounds per minute versus the M4's 732. So the M4 fires faster. Oh, CR308 I think is a better sniper rifle. Well, it fires faster but doesn't do as much damage. I don't think any of these are really worth swapping out for. And we're kind of out of room to pick them up, sort of, kind of. So I'm going to have to run back to the truck. We can take these two. Oh, somebody broke my ankle or my leg. I need a splint. Yeah, so this, whoops, I always do that. As I mentioned, this is going to be a multi-day effort here. I can't even put much stuff in. Between having to run back and sell this stuff and us not having huge storage, a lot of storage capabilities right now, I think with a little inventory juggling, we might be able to get one more thing in here. Well, certainly if we start taking stuff out, we will. But that doesn't really help us. Get in there. Okay. And I'll put the fireman's axe in here just so we don't have to open all these bags again. And this can go in there. And this can go in here. Okay. Yeah, I'll pick up one more thing, and then I think we're gonna have to go back and do to sell all this, a bunch of stuff to make more room to pick stuff up. Well, we can pick up a couple more things here. A gun display case. Let's see what you got. Another hunting rifle, but also a couple of other good things. A tactical light that I already have one on my M4, and a laser sight that doesn't fit any of these weapons. Any other weapons cases? No? Okay. So here's the primary infestation, and then see it has these like bloody cables running off of it. These are leading to the secondary infestations that we're going to have to take out before we can take out the primary infestation. Are you guys stuck back here? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if three regular zombies hurt us that badly with a couple of shots, I don't know if we're going to be able to take on the infected zombies yet. I think we're probably going to die a lot and not actually be able to complete this. But it's worth coming into this place to try to pick stuff up because they do have a lot of good loot in here. Barrett M80 magazine for a legendary rifle that we do not own. Who's grunting? What I might do is fire off one of my unsuppressed weapons, lots of ammo, and just try to get all these zombies to come here so we can kill them all at once. Nah, that's probably stupid. Yeah, that's stupid. So we got a gun case out here. With more 308 ammo for our hunting rifle. Whoops, that did not go in the... Did it go in? Okay. Makeshift splint to replace the one we just used. Smartphone to sell. Rope. Clipboards to sell. I'm not even... Well, alright, post-it notes, sure, whatever. We need the money, I suppose. Gas pumps, maybe we'll have a vehicle repair kit. Certainly some gas, at least one, I hope. Yep, and a vehicle repair kit. Great. So here's one of the secondary infestations that we're going to have to clear. And that is an acidic zombie. If you shoot them in the head, they don't explode. But let's finish looting this whole building, or a couple of buildings here. I'm liking the machete. Now, I've never tried to use like a weapon repair kit on melee weapons. I don't know, is that even possible? Because the machetes seem to be a pretty rare spawn. I've only found a couple of them. So once the durability is all used up on this, I mean, is that it? Is it gone? Or can I fix it up? We'll find out when the time comes. Chokel tabs. And that's it up here. Whew. I gotta watch my stamina. Supply drop, but it's gonna be really hard to see where it's dropping with this overcast. Another hunting rifle. We do have our GPS, so it should show us where this lands. Let's just try to get an idea of is it going to be very far away or right on top of us. Very far away. Oh, well, not that far away. That's gettable. So it's this way. All right, there's a food airdrop and a military airdrop down there. See, having cleared all the zombies out of here, I'm reluctant to just give up on our planned assault on the infestations. Next time we come back, if we go off and do other stuff now, next time we come back, we're just going to have to clear out all these zombies again. I will eat some tuna or cat food or whatever that was. Does it even matter? Somebody coming in? I don't want to meet you in the doorway. That's when disasters take place. 45 ammo. I think that's it. Are there some bathrooms back here? With a medical crate. And nothing in it. Okay. I think I'm going to eat up and heal up and drink up. 50. Well, and then save the game. And we're going to, although it is getting dark now, but I think we can try to take out one. Wait a minute. Where's this leading? Ah, so here is a secondary infestation. I can barely touch it with the machete. Yeah, I can barely reach that with the machete. Where's my fire axe? Drop that on the ground. Move the machete in. Pick up the fire axe. And use that instead. Yeah, it's getting dark. Okay, here come the infected zombie spawns. Whoa. Whoa. They're fast. I'm just trying to get far enough away that they're all in front of me when it's time to attack, and hopefully they won't come all at once. Hopefully they'll come in dribs and drabs, because I'm all out of stamina right now, so if anybody else shows up, we're kind of screwed. I mean, I do have my weapons, but only the hunting rifle is suppressed. Here comes some more. Hopefully we have all of our stamina back by the time they arrive. Looks good. Low stamina. Hopefully this is the last one for a minute. That may have been it. I think that's it. Quickly try to get through these bodies and then go finish off that infestation, that secondary infestation, and loot it. And then we're either going to have to sleep or go back to the friendly village and sell off some of this stuff that we've been accumulating. Looted, 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 looted. I think we got all these guys. Whoa, I cannot see a thing. Oop, a shotgun. I do not want to leave that here. Hopefully we have room somewhere. Yep, okay. I don't usually like to use shotguns, just as a matter of principle. They're so loud, but in this particular situation, clearing stuff, it might be worth it. To use a shotgun to try to bring down the health of the oh good, a radiation filter, just what we needed to bring down the health of the infestation at some point. Like for the primary infestation, it might make sense. And for this, we just need to, hopefully, I don't think anything else is going to spawn. We just got to keep chopping at this until it's gone. There we go. And inside, an M249, a Benelli, auto shoddy, a gun locker that we can put in our base to hold lots of equipment, gear and equipment, and a bunch of other things too. Now, unfortunately, we don't have room for pretty much any of this stuff, but as long as we don't save and load the game, it should stay there until we get back. Let me just make sure. There's probably some other stuff we can pick up. We do have a little bit of room. An NSX scope. I don't know what that would go on. That might be for a hunting rifle. It might not. No, I'm not sure. It doesn't look like any of the weapons we have will accept it, but we might hang on to that. An M249 will definitely come in handy, although we don't have much ammo yet. So using that is going to burn through a buttload of ammo that we don't really have. It's 5.56 ammo, which you can check how much do we have of that. Yeah, we only have 9 rounds of 5.56. We just haven't been very lucky about finding 5.56. We got almost 200 9mm and more than 100 7.62. We just have hardly found any 5.56. A muzzle brake for our pistol until we find something, until we find a suppressor for it, and then see, is there room to pick up this gun locker anywhere? No, we're gonna have to go on a selling spree, a selling expedition. So instead of sleeping, why don't we do that? We'll go to the friendly village and sell off a bunch of this stuff. If I can find it in the dark. Without getting in a wreck. Okay, this is just going to be long, boring, me running back and forth, doing inventory, juggling and stuff. If the wandering trader is in there, I might try to buy a suppressor off of him. Otherwise, is that the wandering trader? No. Otherwise, I'll just see you guys when I'm done. Okay, I think we're done there. I've sold a lot of stuff. The wandering trader was here. I sold him a bunch of stuff. He did not have a suppressor for us to purchase. And we cannot put our sleeping bag down inside the friendly base. So we're just gonna head on back where we were. Grab a few more things out of that secondary infestation. At that point, it might be dawn already. The sun may be coming up. Or we'll just slap down a sleeping bag and wait until morning. Oops. And finish our assault on that infestation. Just out of curiosity, how much money did we end up with? We now have $2,762. So I think we got at least, what, 2,000? Out of the stuff that we sold so far. And there's plenty more yummies to be had in here. Oh, this flashlight stinks. There is a better flashlight that you can find or purchase. And to be honest, I'm used to using the good one, so it's pretty disappointing to have this super weak one. Another shotgun to sell, clipboard to sell, ammo that we can disassemble and make into other ammo. 3 lockpicks, that's huge. And fire extinguishers to sell. Makeshift muffler. That is not going to be accepted by any of our things, and it only sells for 15 bucks, so forget it. See if we can find our way back to that secondary infestation using our crappy little light here. And grab the M249, which we'll probably hold on to until and use down the road when we have more disposable ammo. But for now, grab the Benelli, which I may equip later and actually use as part of this infestation assault. And the sun's coming back up. Good timing. So let me just dump this stuff in the back of the truck, and we'll fishing, XP, flare rounds we don't need. We don't need any of this stuff. Okay. What was I saying? Ooh, ammo that we never saw before. Oh, perfect, an ammo tin. Great, because I was getting sick of this secure container. Stinks. It's so small. It's only 10 slots. It's barely even worth using. But this ammo tin, 30 slots. So let me transfer all of the ammo that I've been holding in this secure container into my fancy new ammo tin. And we'll probably end up selling that secure container because it's really not even worth the effort. And another supply drop. A supply drop came over in the middle of the night last night, so there are probably supply drops all over the map that we could be tracking down. But I'm not sure how long they'll be around. There's those two down there. There's another military drop there. So we got 2 military, 1 food, 1 medical, and then there'll be a couple more on the map as soon as that's done. Or at least 1, maybe 2. Okay, hang on to the 249, hang on to the pump shoddy. I can hang on to the secure container. I will hang on to the Benelli shoddy. The rest of this stuff is just holding. That goes in the... Okay. All right, and the sun is totally up. Let's have a little breakfast and then attack that second... secondary infestation. Okay. I'm going to let my stamina regenerate. I'm going to catch my breath a little before we start this. Now, I could be shooting this if we had the ammo, or I could light it on fire with the Molotov, but the thing about the Molotov is then you just gotta stand there. You can't actually help unless you're gonna shoot it, which we don't have the ammo for. There will be more coming. As soon as they figure out I'm over here, that group over there will come. And now we got another group coming. And here they all come. Now I could get up on a car or something. I don't think it's really necessary for this group. That other guy will figure out that we're over here eventually, but I think we have a second to loot these guys before that happens. Yep, hi. Bandages are good. Always going to need bandages. Certainly the way I play. Yes. I miss a lot. And I think that's all looted. Okay, there are a couple more over there. Try to get their attention before we take this infestation all the way down. Come on, guys. I don't want you attacking me when I'm in the middle of whacking at that infestation. Okie dokie. Let's get rid of this. Hang on, I gotta catch my breath. I'm almost out of stamina. Puff, puff, puff. I gotta stop smoking and inhaling radioactive stuff. It's not good for my lung capacity. But there we go. And another CR308. Now, you could argue that this is the better weapon. This is the better rifle. Better than our hunting rifle. But it's just a personal choice. I prefer high damage, slower firing. That's just me. Military pants, we already have some. Those are great, but we already have some. More ammo. More ammo. A very nice special ops helmet. All we have is a beanie. So now we've got armor protection of 10%. And if we find some night vision goggles, we can attach those to this special ops helmet. Plus, we look far more badass now. Nice. Good find. And some batteries. And some batteries. Okay. Okay. I think we're in good enough shape that we can just proceed with the primary infestation, but I am going to quick save here. And use a couple of bandages to get up to full health. That was overkill, but that's all right. So the way this spawned those infected zombies when we got about halfway through it, this is going to do the same thing, but it's also going to spawn a boss. Now, we do not have to kill the boss to access the goodies that are going to be in here, but the boss will have goodies on him as well. So what I'm going to try to do, let's just let my stamina recharge. What I'm going to try to do is lead the boss away, break line of sight so that he loses track of us, and then just sit back from like as far away as we can get and still hit him with our hunting rifle and just shoot him in the head a few times with our hunting rifle. The other way to do it would be to just get up on something high that he can't get onto, but that feels more like cheesing it than a slightly more legit effort in my mind, which would be to try to lose him, try to break line of sight. Because he's pretty fast, so he will keep up with us for a while. But let's just try to get as far away as possible and then find him with our hunting scope. Can't go any farther that way on the hill. I don't see him yet. I don't see any of them. There they are. So we're going to get some infected zombies coming at us, but I don't see the boss yet. 7.62 ammo. You know, that might have been an argument for using the AK-74 we found is that we have a lot more 7.62 ammo than we do 5.56. But it's a little late for that now because I believe I sold that AK-74. Did I? Or is it one of the things that's now in the truck? There's the boss. He's in the building, though, which is going to make it really hard to target him with the sniper rifle. Get rid of all these guys so nobody's sneaking up on us when we're trying to get that boss. .12 gauge. I don't see him. If he's in the building, that's going to make things a little bit complicated. All right, that's a prime target for a Molotov. We're a bit far away right now. I think he's right behind this wall. I think we're going to have to get in there. Let me start. I'm going to start cleaning these guys up if I can, although they're all kind of facing away from me. Yeah, I think he's in there, and I think he's stuck behind that firing station. Let's see about Molotoving these guys. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. And the boss is trying to get out here, but I think he's stuck behind the wall. Where'd he go? Oh, he's in there. He's in there. Oh. We still got a lot of shooting to do here. I think we have plenty of ammo, though. I know he doesn't look fast, but he is. Once he gets running, he's pretty quick. What is that noise? Oh, I think I accidentally used a bandage, which is fine. Actually needed it. There we go! Mission accomplished. As long as there are no lingering zombies that kill us before we can loot him. There's another CR308. That's the third one we've seen. Colonel's Revenge drum magazine for the special named rifle, Colonel's Revenge. A 9mm drum, which can probably go on, well, nope. Oops. Hi. Yeah, I think there's some leftover infected zombies. For 236 bucks is good, plus $150 in credits, a bunch of painkillers, 45 ACP ammo, a 2x aim point scope, this 9mm drum magazine, which we'll probably hang on to, could come in handy at some point, and then all these CR308s that we've found. Yep. Whoops. Do we have room for this? Yes. Okay, cool. And then should we play with the Benelli just because it's fun to play with? So, well, I would have to have room to hang on to my M4, but yes, we could. And we'll, instead of chopping this down the rest of the way, we'll actually do some blasting. Attract all the attention. Whoa, that's a lot more attention than I thought we were. Well, they're coming at me from a bunch more directions. Ha 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 ha! That's pretty fun. I do like the Benelli, but it's really freaking loud. You can get suppressors for the shotguns. I don't know how well they work. I imagine not as well as the other suppressors. BMG ammo. But yeah, the shotgun sure is fun and loud. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Ammo, painkillers. Looted. Rags. Oh, a grenade. That's good. Now, normally I would be more into grenades than Molotovs, but the grenades are a little hard to control. They do bounce and roll when they hit the ground, and it can be kind of difficult to tell where they're going to end up. So I like the Molotovs. I prefer the Molotovs in this game just because they actually go where you expect them to go. Yes. 40 millimeter grenade. I'm bleeding. All right, enough with the shotgun. It's just attracting way too much attention. I mean, we'll use it to take down the infestation, but that's about it, I think. I'm not gonna lie, that shotgun's pretty fun. What do we get? An HK416, 43 damage. Probably quite good. Cerberus magazine. For the named legendary weapon Cerberus. What else? What else? What else? What else? Nothing great, to be honest. A couple of MREs. This kind of okay assault rifle, military boots, which I already have. Special magazine, big deal. Oh, a magazine for the M249. That's good. We can actually use that now. A loot crate, so you actually get something. We got ammo, big deal. CR308 ammo or magazine, tactical laser sight, big deal. Holographic sight, big deal. Geez, for all that effort, we really didn't get anything spectacular out of any of this. I'm just gonna, can I just drop that? No? I don't know how we're gonna pick that up. I'm gonna have to run back to the truck. I don't even know if that's gonna help. I think we're pretty full here. We may have to leave a regular shotgun behind. Yeah, to be honest, we did not get a great backpack. We did not get a great weapon. Everything is kind of meh. Oh, good. We got room for stuff here. We got room for lots of stuff. Actually, yeah, let's put the Benelli in here. And I'm going to switch back to my suppressed M4. And that's it for that. But at least we'll be able to pick this up. All right, so let's compare this assault rifle to our M4. 43 damage versus 42 damage. Our firing rate here is 732. That's 841. So slightly better damage with a slightly higher rate of fire. So I guess we will, and this is 5.56 ammo, so that doesn't really help us. But I think we can swap all these attachments onto the new guy and be using that instead of our trusty old M4, which makes me sad because the M4 is a wonderful weapon. And empty that, put the 5.56 mag in, put a 5.56 mag in here, and refill it right away if we can, if we have enough. Geez, this is all the 5.56 we have. There's 30 rounds in our assault rifle and 16 rounds in a spare mag. Oof, not good. Oh, I can't put that in an ammo tin, but I can put this in the ammo tin and then put this here. Okay, and military boots, 25 bucks to sell. Well, that was pretty underwhelming for an infestation haul. But we do have stuff to sell, and we do have, do you want to see our new assault rifle? Looks pretty good. We do have stuff to sell, and we do have a bunch of supply drops to track down. So I think that'll be next on the agenda. I'm going to go back to the friendly village, sell a bunch of this stuff, maybe drop some of the stuff we want to hang on to back at base, like the M249 and the box mag that goes with it. We'll leave those at base and then go off and grab some some supply drops. Okay, folks, I will see you when I am done selling stuff. Well, okay, folks, we sold a bunch of stuff. The Wandering Trader was here, and he did have a suppressor for sale, so I bought a suppressor off of him, which can go on our new Heckler and Coke here. We will have to remove the muzzle brake to put on the suppressor, but now we have a suppressed assault rifle, which cannot hurt. Might be good to have. Do I have any fuel on me? I don't think on me, but there's lots in the truck. And like I said, it hardly uses any fuel at all, so whatever. So, yeah, sold a bunch of stuff. We've got, how much money now? We've got $3,833. So I was tempted to buy a nice backpack, but that almost feels like cheating. We've got plenty of supply drops to go paw through. So hopefully one of those, if not more, will have a good backpack for us and other good stuff. But it's getting late now, so I'm just going to go home and get my inventory all sorted out and have a nice sleep in a sleeping bag. And I think we'll call it an episode there, folks. We did take out an infestation today, which is kind of a big deal, and didn't get great stuff out of it, but it was still a worthwhile endeavor as far as cleaning those infestations off the map. And tomorrow we will go out in search of all the supply drops that are here. We've got 3 medical airdrops, 3 military airdrops, and a food airdrop to visit tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everybody. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. There'll be more coming. Stay safe, survivors.